Hi, my name is Sam, and today we're going to talk about vaccines. We're going to talk about why they're so important and why people should get them. First, I would like to start off with current events. We've seen that in this current flu season that there's been an increased rate of hospitalization due to the flu, and the American Nurses Association says that the flu shot has only covered 10% of the dominant strain. This is leading a lot of people to believe that vaccines don't work. But what they don't know is how the flu shot is made. Scientists predict what they think the dominant strains will be for the upcoming season. Once they choose what strains they believe will be predominant, they then create vaccines that they're able to give to people. People then get the flu shot and then are generally protected if scientists choose the right strains. This year we've seen that they may not have chosen the correct dominant strain, and that's why we see so many people in the hospital and so many people getting the flu this season. But now I'm here to talk to you about why vaccines are so good and why everyone should get them. I would like to start off by discussing what vaccines are. They're an injection that contains a substance that stimulates the production of antibodies. These antibodies then provide immunity against a disease or multiple diseases. What people should also know too is that before a vaccine is even approved and released to the public, it's tested in various different ways. And they do all these tests to make sure that the vaccine is safe, that there are few to no side effects, that the vaccine is effective, and that it is long-lasting. This usually means that you can get the vaccine at least every 10 years. Now, vaccines are good for a couple of reasons, and here's why. Vaccines can provide herd immunity. This means that if enough people receive a vaccine, then many people will become immune to the disease. And then since less people have the disease, less people can spread it. Eventually, the goal would be to have the disease eradicated. Now, herd immunity doesn't mean that everyone gets the vaccine. It just means that a majority of the population gets the vaccine. If the disease becomes eradicated, it no longer exists. And this is something that's very possible with vaccines, and this is why we need to encourage people to get vaccines. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, here are some diseases that people rarely contract because of the use of vaccines. This includes diphtheria, chickenpox, mumps, retrovirus, the pneumococcal disease, whooping cough, measles, rubella, hepatitis A and B, tetanus, and polio. Now you may be thinking that you've heard in the news that people get cases every now and then, and that might also have to do with the decrease of people getting vaccines. Recently there's been tons of people saying things like vaccines don't work, they cause autism or they cause the disease, and then that's causing them to not get the vaccine. But by not getting the vaccine, they're actually causing these diseases to make a comeback, which is not good. So we need to encourage people to get vaccines so that we can provide herd immunity and eventually eradicate diseases. Something else that's really beneficial about vaccines is that by getting rid of diseases or decreasing the cases of diseases, we can save tons of money. According to the CDC, the cost of a vaccine of either an adult or a child can range from about $20 to $200. Although this may sound a little pricey, think about how much it would cost if the disease was contracted and you had to go to the hospital. A 3-day hospital stay costs about $30,000 according to healthcare.gov, and that doesn't include the cost of prescriptions or care after the hospital that is needed. In addition, if a child is sick and out of school, they're losing education. And if an adult is sick, then they could be missing work, which means they could be losing money. By getting vaccinated, this could all be prevented. I hope that by me sharing a couple of the very important points about vaccines, you strongly consider vaccinating children and adults. It's very important that we vaccinate people so that we can have herd immunity and eradicate diseases.